Hello everyone! When I was 12 years old, my favorite video game was Quest 64, a game where you play as a young magician who casts spells using the four classical Greek elements: fire, water, earth, and wind. And as you might not know, when a new season arrives, my heart always gets filled with joy because it announces new experiences. For me, each season is linked to an element. Autumn, for me, is synonymous with earth, as colors come closest to earth, the crops from the earth are picked. For winter, it's fire. Yes, I know, fire is hot and winter is cold. But in order to warm up during that cold time, you actually need to maintain a good fire just to warm up and pass through these cold days. And with spring comes high wind. The lakes and rivers are thawing, and that makes movement, and that basically creates wind. And finally, summer is all about water. Boating, going to the beach, swimming. So this year, the team at Brilliant Labs offers you a new innovation challenge, the Ocean Tech. So I challenge you to write a composition that's inspired by or that actually uses water. That said, water is commonly used as a subject in music. We can think here of, the Beach Boys with their surfing safari, or the famous song La Mer qu'on voit danser by Charles Trenet, which plays many times in one of my favorite movies, Mr. Bean's Vacation. The subject of water also has been used in a lot of classical music. We can think of the Blue Danube, which is in fact the second largest river in Europe. There's also the Aquarium by Saint-Saëns. There's also Swan Lake, or even Handel's Water Music. So in order to help you a little with your composition, let's listen and analyze some excerpts of La Mer, written by Claude Debussy. Now let's not be confused with La Mer from Charles Trenet, two different things. Mr. Debussy tried to imitate the sound of the sea by using different instruments and different musical notes. His piece is divided in three parts, to begin with L'aube à midi sur la mer, or the morning on the sea. As you can hear, it's very slow and we can hear some really low harp, which I personally think that it represents the small and calm waves rolling on the beach. It's calm, it's serene, you can hear that harmony, wow. Now the second part is called Jeu de vagues, or a play of waves. You can hear those big crescendos and those simple strokes that really gives us the impression of hearing waves approaching and smashing on the rocks. Now due to a lack of time, we will skip the third part and let's listen to another work by John Cage called Water Walk, in which he uses real water. John Cage is one of the composers who introduced non-traditional instruments to the classical music. He changed the sound landscape in important ways on today's music. He changed so much music that nowadays we find very special instruments in popular music. As an example, you can actually hear spoons in the song Spoon Man by Soundgarden, or even a broom in the song Harvest Moon by Neil Young. All of that said, here's some ideas for creation. 1. Take inspiration from water to write the lyrics, just like what the Beach Boys did and Charles Trenet. 2. Be inspired by water to create the emotion of water, just like what Strauss did or what Handel did. 3. You can imitate sounds of water with traditional instruments, just like what Claude Debussy did with La Mer. 4. Using real water sounds or sounds coming from water splash, or even songs and sounds of animal living in the water, just like what John Cage did. 5. Use an instrument made with water or that needs water, just like, a glass harp. So I leave you with this little composition that I made for this challenge. And remember to stay brilliant.